This is lesson 6.1, and we have one-step equations here in front of you. That's what we call one-step equations. Yep. And x plus 2 equals 8. And you may or may not remember this. I like to take and make sides, divide it in half based on where the equal sign is. And I do the opposite of what's being done to x. So in this case, x is being added by 2, so I'm going to subtract 2 to both sides. When I do that, when you have 2 and you take away 2, you have 0. So x equals 6. Okay, I've got y minus 5 equals 12. If I create my sides, what's being done to y? It's 5 is being subtracted, so the opposite would be to add. These go away. Always do opposites, yep. And 12 plus 15 is 17. So I have 3a equals 7. What happens when you have a number and a letter side by side? What operation is that? So it would be the opposite. So I'm going to divide both sides by 3. And when I do that, I get a equals 7 over 3. You can just leave it like that. You could put it as a decimal, whatever you want to do, but boom, you're done. Not sure if I recorded that, so sorry if you're listening to this. Let me double check one more time. These two side by side mean multiplication. Divide by whatever's it's being multiplied by, and you do that to both sides. So a equals 7/3. I did this second one just to show that the original problem is in blue. If I have 8 times x, that means I'm going to divide by 8. When I do that, these go away. 16 divided by 8 actually will come out even, and x will equal 2. So these two are the same process, just different answers, because this one came out at a nice whole number instead of an ugly fraction. Okay, so this ugly one is 2/3 times x equals 6, which means we would divide by 2/3. Well, the shortcut to dividing by 2/3 is multiplying by the reciprocal. Okay, I know, isn't that a fun word? We're going to multiply by 3 over 2. Reciprocal means you are flipping the fraction upside down. When that happens, these go away, because 3 times 3 times 2 is 6, and 2 times 3 is 6. And what is 6 over 6? 1. Okay? So that means it went away. All I have to do here is now create a fraction out of that whole number. 6 times 3 is 18. 1 times 2 is 2. And my answer is 9. Here's the second one. So I've got 4/5 x equals 20. What am I going to multiply by?
4/5.
What should I multiply by? Yeah, 5 over 4 times 5 over 4. I'm going to make that a whole number. I'm going to get 100 over 4. So my answer is 25. So I have a fraction again this time. But what's different about this fraction versus the other one I just showed you? Well, there is a decimal, but the fraction itself.
The letter or the variable.
Yeah, the variable is in the fraction this time. Okay, not beside it. It's in it. So technically, the x is being divided by 13. What's the opposite of dividing by 13?
13 over
Multiply by 13. That makes these go away, and then x equals 19.5. I think I'm guessing off the top of my head. So the question I got was, will there be a number with the x? Yes, sometimes there will be. We call this a two-step problem, which is great because this is what we're going into next. There are two-step problems. So if it's being divided by 6, I should multiply it by 6, both sides. And that leaves me 5x equals 120. Well, I'm not done because I don't have x by itself. But I do see that I have a 5 and an x side by side, which means multiplication. So I'm going to divide both sides by 5 to get x by itself. So you just have a second math problem to do. And when that happens, you get 24. All right, so on this one, you're going to notice we got a lot more going on. And the main thing that you're going to notice is you've got a number beside the letter, just like that last one I showed you, except there's no fraction involved. So we are still going to follow the rule of making my sides. I'm going to add 5 to both sides. And I'm going to get 3x, because these are going to go away, equals 17. And then my second step, because 3 and x side by side means multiplication, I'm going to divide by 3. And x equals 17 over 3. Or if you do the math, it'll be 5.2 or 5 2/3. Okay, so you can leave it an improper fraction. I'm fine with that. But basically, when you see the variable with a number, so a leading coefficient, you know you're going to have a two-step problem.
So is
If
it,
there's something else going on in there, if there's a minus sign or a plus sign. And so the other one that's on the screen here, again, busting up the sides, I'm going to subtract 7 first. I'm going to get 5y equals, because these are going to cancel out, equals 21. And I'm going to divide both sides by 5. And y is going to equal 4 1/5, or you could leave it 21/5, either way.